So I taught English at junior high schools in Japan for 2 years. And there are these two girls I will never forget. It all started when this kid randomly asked me what kind of foods I liked. I answered, cheeseburgers, mac and cheese, cheesecake. 3 things that just happen to have cheese in the name. I didn't think anything of it, but these 2 girls in the back just start losing their shit. Cheese! Cheese! I am cheese! I am cheese! You have to understand, in the Japanese language, it isn't I like pizza, it's I am pizza like. Watashi wa pizza ga suki desu. So I thought they were trying to tell me that they like cheese too. But later one of them comes into the teacher's room and says to me, "Hello, Jon Sensei, my name is Cheese." But as she leaves, she turns and adds, "And I'm very delicious." Walks out. I'm in denial, so I convince myself, no, she didn't mean that. I just misunderstood it. But then a week later, I'm walking with another teacher to class, and the 2 girls run up to me, and the other one goes, "Jon Sensei, what's that?" And she points down. My belt? No. What's that? She points down again. Oh, new pants. She goes, "No, what's that?" And she full-on pokes me right in my dick. I didn't know what to do, so I just went, and walked around. The teacher I was walking with turns to me and goes, "They really want to study English with you." In my mind, I'm like, yeah, they want to do something with me. And I hoped we'd avoid them, but we ended up having a class later that day. And the lesson for that day was, have you ever? So basically, the students had to make a sentence and ask me, "Jon Sensei, have you ever whatever?" And if I hadn't done it, I made them take a shot. I'm kidding. So I look in the back, and I see these 2 girls in their huddles making their sentence, and I already know it's going to be bad. So then Dick Poke Girl comes up to me, and she goes, "Jon Sensei, have you ever body, turns to the boy next to her and goes, "How do you say blah 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 in English?" He goes, "Oh, connecto." She turns to me and goes, "Jon Sensei, have you ever body connecto?" I don't know what that is. I played on hoping that she'll drop it, but instead she goes, "Body connecto." I have no idea what that is. The bell rings, I get the fuck out of there. But they follow me into the teacher's lounge, and they keep asking, "Body connecto, body connecto, body connecto." So finally I flat out go, "No, I've never done that. I don't even know what that is." They turn to the old English teacher sitting next to me and go, "How do you say kanashi in English?" She looks at them and goes, "Sad." "Miss, I'm very delicious," turns to me and goes, "That's very sad." If that wasn't embarrassing enough, on the way out, they stopped at their homeroom teacher's desk. They go, "Sensei, Jon Sensei doesn't know what sex is." He laughed so hard he cried. I remember being so embarrassed. I got up, left the building, and spent lunch in my car crying into the cheeseburger I happened to pack. But that was only like my 3rd month into Japan. 6 months later, those girls took their dick-poking ways to high school, and I had a class with twin brothers that loved the WWE. And I'm like, I like pro wrestling, we're gonna be friends. The problem is, every time I see one of them in the hallway, he goes, "Jon Sensei, suck it," and walks off. Now, for those of you who didn't grow up a pro wrestling fan, in the 90s, there was a faction called Generation X, and they told their opponents to suck it. But my Japanese never got good enough where I could explain to this 13-year-old boy why it was inappropriate for him to tell me, his teacher, to suck it. So this goes on for weeks and weeks. And finally, I just get tired of it. So I see him in the hallway, and he's like, "Jon Sensei, suck it." And he walks by, and I go, "Hey!" And he turns around, and I go, "Kika!" And I walk up, because I realize that teachers don't know what it means. The students don't know what it means. Fuck it, if he tells me to suck it, I'm gonna tell him to suck it. And they loved it. It was hilarious. they thought it was like the greatest thing. So in the span of a year, I went from the teacher who cried in his car because some girl poked him in the dick to the cool teacher who was telling 13-year-old boys to suck it. But now that I've said it out loud, maybe I shouldn't brag about it.